Yeah, intro time. I'm gonna be really pissed off. I'm ranting, I'm raving. It's all about matchmaking and how much I hate it. But before you hear said rant, you understand that the algorithm sucks ass, correct? So I'm gonna need you to go ahead and do your part. Like the video, dweeb. And for those of you that are not regulars on the channel, you can drop it whenever. Yes, you read the title correctly. I think matchmaking in Danny's World is false advertisement and it sucks. Firstly, I'm sure I'm not alone in this. Many people, including myself, feel the same way. Matchmaking doesn't do what it's intended, which is to match up others of similar skill level. Instead, it quote unquote matches people who clicked on the button. It doesn't regard the skill level of a person at all. If anything, it's more fitting for it to be called quick play, which is exactly what it is. If you want proof, just ask anyone who actually plays this game. For myself, I started a series called Matchmaking Hell, and for my streams, we count how many of these rounds are wins and losses. So let me explain the rules. In order to count a win, there has to be more than half the team alive by the time we get to floor 15. The reason why I made it floor 15 is because in the beginning of the game, you're able to buy bandages, med kits, as well as valves to speed up and survive the process. Hence why we didn't make it floor 10. Funny enough, it doesn't even matter because most of my losses don't even make it to floor 10. We've done 16 rounds thus far, and only 2 of them are wins. 14 of them are losses. Do you know how insane that is? Keep in mind, I'm playing with strangers who are supposedly to be matched with my skill level. My highest is 440, yet you'd think these people's highest was 7. That's because it simply isn't matchmaking. Hence why I call this a false advertisement. That's just streams, by the way. Now, imagine videos. I swear to you, these videos that I make record just some of the stupidest people I've seen in gaming history, and matchmaking was supposed to stop or minimize that. It's just so frustrating. I sometimes feel like I'm in the minority of the fandom who's here for the game instead of just fandom stuff, but that's for another video. Now, this is the part where I get very cynical and perhaps rude, but I just don't think the dev team knows how to code this at all. The reason why I say this is because, first of all, matchmaking was announced on July the 3rd, 2025. We didn't get it until the 18th of November this year. That's 5 months, and I believe it could have been even longer had it not been for Roblox. See, Roblox 12 days prior released custom matchmaking for all experiences. It just seems so coincidental that matchmaking released so close when Roblox announced their matchmaking system. And to make matters worse, matchmaking from Danny's World just kind of came out of nowhere. It wasn't even released during a big update. Nobody was even pinged for it either. And in fact, the only way I knew that matchmaking released was that people in the comments of my videos were announcing its release. So I hope you understand as to why I'm so skeptical of the competency of this team. It would also explain why we haven't gotten much from the gameplay side of things either, but that's for a whole nother video as well. Even worse is how many Danny's World-esque games have some sort of matchmaking system before Danny's World came out with theirs. Anchored had matchmaking, but removed it for some reason, and replaced it with global elevators. I'd like to remind you that this is a solo developer, by the way. Dolly's Factory also has a quick play feature as well as global lobbies. Keep in mind, these games existed after Danny's World. There's no reason for this game to have been so far behind, especially now that they have a full-on dev team. Plus, even if the dev team was smaller back then, they could have used free matchmaking modules to at least kick things off until they settled their team and coded on their own. By the way, in case you don't know what modules are, think of them as free models, but for code. It's free and open source. It's just hard to overlook this. Not to mention that using external servers just seems so redundant to me. Because in order to even use an external server, it has to go through the HTTPS service, which is all things internet. And the bottleneck for that is 500. Do you have any idea how small that is? while memory store service is 1,000 plus 120 multiplied by the number of concurrent users per minute. Okay, and it doesn't end there. And there's messaging service, which is 400 plus 200 multiplied by the number of servers per minute. And on top of that, 600 plus 240 multiplied by the number of players in this game server per minute. From what a coder has told me, it just seems too extreme to even use up all that memory. My suspicion is that they're not deleting redundant info fast enough. Maybe they're refreshing the list too often, possibly sending stuff repeatedly, or maybe they're coding it all wrong. Ultimately, we'll never know unless they show the code behind it. It just feels all wrong that we've waited almost half a year just to get a simple game feature, only for it to not even be the game feature that we've been all wanting. While things are frustrating for the gaming side of things, the content creation scene isn't any better. With quick play, instead of waiting for me to record the usual stupid players, now I can quickly play to record stupid players. I've been wanting to make it to the high floors with randos for so long, but I can never do it. And before you ask, no, I do not want to play with viewers. There's no magic there. It's easy to make it to floor 20, nor do I want to join those Discord runs either. I'm sorry, but the requirements and specificities that those runs require are annoying and absolutely absurd. I just want to pick a tune and play, making it to a high floor where the most danger is found. But I can't do that fast enough without a team. Most of this game's population is filled with people who have never played their own game in a legit way, aka without a distractor. Speaking of, if any Dandy's World dev or even the creator themselves watches this, because I know they do, before you actually add the official matchmaking, hear this. So I was told by my viewers that matchmaking wouldn't work because most of the time, players who have high floors typically only got there because of a distractor, when their actual survivability skills are more akin to someone whose max is below floor 10. At first, I didn't really want to buy into that, but it's true. I cannot deny it. Matchmaking just wouldn't work, except for if we introduce this one stat. This is where the Dandy's World devs should perk their ears. Please, for goodness sakes, make a solo high floor stat. This would for sure filter out anyone who's bad at the game, as well as filter out those who got to the high floors using distractors. Do this before introducing the real matchmaking that we've all been looking forward to. Stop making tunes. Stop making skins. Enough with the events. Focus on the gameplay. It is such a dying sector. It's absolutely amazing how the Halloween event brought so many players, and then as soon as it ended, it went back down to the usual number. Probably because people don't play this for the gameplay anymore. But that's a whole nother video as well. So yeah, sorry for ranting. Sorry for being pissed off, but I have to talk about it. Everyone hates this. I wouldn't have mind if you had released quick play along with matchmaking. That'd be perfect, okay? But it's the fact that they label this matchmaking when it doesn't do that at all. And I think the only reason why they even do so is because, well, I guess quick play does, quote unquote, fit into matchmaking, but you know that's not what people were looking forward to. I ordered a sandwich and I got a hot dog instead because it's technically a sandwich. Like, dude, you know what on earth they were looking forward to. Please, man, release it. Work on it. Don't let the gaming sphere of your game be a dying sector. Please, man. You've done a whole year of adding, well, filler. Now can we actually add content? And all I'm asking is just please add matchmaking. We can figure out the rest later. But my goodness, guy, I just had to let that out. So yeah, if you agree or disagree, let me know below. I'm just tired for the state of the game that it's currently in. We could be so much further ahead, but no, instead we gotta cater to babies whose only purpose of playing this game is shipping, art, animation, etc. Everything but the game. But yeah, I've had enough. And with that, I'm gonna be calling it here. Goodbye. Goodbye.